Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We're the place you come to cut through all the noise and, well, get straight to the insights. Today, we're plunging right into the pretty bustling world of grocery retail, innovation, and how all this cutting-edge tech is fundamentally reshaping, our shopping experiences. Our mission today, we're taking a single but really insightful source. It's a recent LinkedIn post from Sheesh S. He's Microsoft's global retail startups lead. And we're going to extract the most important nuggets of knowledge from just that one post. We're talking about understanding the absolute frontier of grocery tech, identifying the key players, and decoding this fascinating new concept he talks about called Signal Shelf a Spoon. It's a framework that, honestly, it really shifts how we understand the journey of food to our tables.
Yeah, it's pretty intriguing how just one post, right, something that seems like just an update about an event, can actually reveal so much. So much about the strategic direction of, well, an entire industry. What we're seeing here, it's like a perfect snapshot of these huge seismic shifts redefining how we put food on our tables. And Shish, he's right there, right at the epicenter.
Exactly, and that's why we're paying so much attention to Sheesh S.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not just watching these changes happen, he's actively shaping them. Like you said, global retail startups lead at Microsoft. That puts him right at the intersection of tech giants and all this emerging innovation. And his credentials, they really speak for themselves. Recognized as a top AI leader 2024, a top retail expert from 2022 all the way to 2025, plus a top 100 retail technology influencer for the last couple of years, advisory boards, public speaker, the list goes on. So when he flags something, you really know it's strategically important.
Absolutely. Yeah. When you have someone with Shishi's background, his track record, those consistent accolades, it means his insights aren't just, reflecting trends. They're often prescriptive. They indicate where the industry is heading and, crucially, what solutions are genuinely going to matter. He's consistently pointing to the strategic moves that retailers, well, they pretty much must make. It's not just about what they could do. So yeah, when he makes an announcement like this, it carries a lot of weight. It often points to these big strategic initiatives, emerging opportunities, gives us a crucial early read on the future.
And what he's given us a heads up about now is Microsoft for Startups having a significant presence at GroceryShop 2025. This is a major event. It's set for September 29th to October 1st. Down at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. For anyone not familiar, GroceryShop is basically the premier gathering for grocery, CPG, that's consumer packaged goods, and of course retail tech. This isn't just some trade show. It's really the place where the big players and the new disruptors all come together. So maybe unpack this a bit. Why is an event like this such a critical hub? Why do these innovations need a place like GroceryShop to really take root?
That's a really great question because these events, there's so much more than just, showcases or booths. They are where those market signals, maybe faint whispers of change, emerging consumer habits, new supply chain issues, they start to solidify. They turn into actual actionable strategies. It's where partnerships get forged. It's where investment decisions get influenced. Honestly, it's where the future of how we all shop is literally being built right there through collaboration between tech providers and retailers. It's about seeing innovation firsthand, yes, but also understanding its...
Okay, right. And speaking of tangible solutions, Microsoft for Startups isn't just like showing up. They're going to be on site with 6 specific Pegasus companies. That term, Pegasus companies, it actually comes from Sally Ann Frank. She's a global lead at Microsoft for Startups, too, in a comment on Shish's post. It kind of hints at the high caliber, the potential of these chosen ventures. These are the startups Shish himself says you'll want to meet. So who are these 6? According to Shish, they are Yadistri, OmniStream, Harmonia, Nimble, Sifter Solutions, and Simply Contract. It's a really diverse group, and looking at them together paints a pretty vivid picture of where grocery innovation is really heading.
Yeah, what really jumps out about the selection is just the breadth of solutions, isn't it? How each one plays a really vital role in transforming the entire grocery value chain. So for instance, think about Weedistry. They're likely focused on logistics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe AI-powered route optimization, cutting down last-mile delivery times dramatically, or maybe optimizing warehousing, making sure products get to that shelf faster, fresher. Then you've got OmniStream. The name itself suggests, deep data insights. They could be using advanced machine learning, maybe predicting these tiny micro demand shifts for specific products, making sure the right items are on the shelf exactly when you want them, even predicting, say, local weather impacts on ice cream sales.
Wow, okay. So really connecting those initial signals we talked about directly to the physical shelf.
Yep.
What about the others in the list?
Exactly. So consider Harmonia. That name sort of evokes product harmony, right? Maybe signifying solutions around category management or even product innovation. They might be using AI to analyze emerging consumer trends, health preferences, helping retailers decide which new products to stock, or maybe how to bundle existing ones on the shelf to meet those evolving signals of what consumers actually want. Then there's nimble. That name suggests speed, agility, could be focused on automation, robotics, maybe within the store or the warehouse. You can imagine automated systems handling inventory restocking or even helping pick online orders, making the shelf much more dynamic, more efficient, responding to signals of high demand almost instantly.
That would definitely speed things up for the shopper.
Yeah.
And what about the last two? Sifter Solutions and Simple Contract.
Right. Sifter Solutions sounds like it's all about personalization, making the shopping experience smoother for you. Perhaps applying dietary filters or creating personalized shopping paths based on your health goals, directly impacting your spoon experience at the end. They're basically translating complex signals about individual needs into really relevant shelf navigation, making it easier to find what you need. And finally, Simple Contract. This points to the backbone of any retail operation, doesn't it? Compliance, operational efficiency. They might be streamlining vendor contract management using AI, making sure suppliers meet specific criteria, or that the supply chain operations are transparent, agile. This ensures the products you expect to see on the shelf actually get there without issues, that the whole signal-to-shelf process is built on solid, trustworthy agreements. So you see, it's not just about the flashy tech. It's about a complete, holistic transformation of the whole system.
Okay, it's really clear these companies are tackling different pieces of a huge puzzle. But Shish mentions they all fit into this powerful kind of overarching storyline. He calls it the Moa Orano, Oro, Orno storyline. It's quite a memorable phrase he uses. He says it encapsulates how these teams turn market signals into real shopper outcomes. And yeah, here's where it gets really interesting.
This framework, it really is the heart of modern retail innovation. Let's just break down each part. The signal phase, this is all about intelligence gathering, detecting those earliest hints of change. What are these market signals? Well, they can be anything. Huge data sets on consumer buying habits, what you buy, when, how often, could be evolving dietary trends bubbling up on social media, global supply chain shifts, or even real-time AI-driven insights about how a product is doing in one specific store. It's about detecting patterns, anticipating future needs or challenges, sometimes, like, even before you realize you have them. The real challenge here is telling a faint but meaningful signal apart from just noise.
All right, so it's like having the right tools to really listen to the market, almost like an antenna picking up faint broadcasts. And then how do those signals actually get to the shelf?
Precisely. The shelf is where those signals translate into tangible changes. Changes you can see in the retail environment. This is the operationalization phase. How do retailers actually act on the intelligence they've gathered? Well, it could mean dynamically optimizing where products are placed in stores based on, say, local demand predictions, refining inventory management so you don't get stockouts of suddenly popular items, quickly introducing new products based on trends that maybe Harmonia identified, or even redesigning store layouts to make shopping better for certain groups of people. It's all about making those insights visible and accessible to you, the shopper, whether that's in a physical store or on a website.
Okay, so it sounds like it's about making absolutely sure the right product's in the right place at exactly the right time, all driven by data, and then the ultimate goal, right? The spoon.
Yes, exactly. The spoon represents the ultimate shopper outcome. It's the end user benefit, your personal experience. It could be increased convenience, finding exactly what you need without hassle. It could be ensuring the products you want are actually available when you want them. Personalized recommendations that genuinely help you make choices, maybe discover new things, or even simplifying the whole meal prep process, perhaps with pre-bundled ingredients. It's the direct impact on your daily life, how you interact with food and groceries, right up to the point you actually eat it. It's that seamless journey from a whisper of data all the way to the meal on your table. And the exciting part is how these orchestrators, these startups, are constantly fine-tuning that whole process. I mean, think about the last time you found exactly what you were looking for, even if it was something niche. That's probably this framework quietly working behind the scenes.
So, okay, what does all this mean for you, our listener, tuning in? This signal shelf spoon framework, it really illustrates how everything from the subtle hints, maybe in your own grocery list, to the items available on the shelves in your local store, or what gets recommended to you online is being influenced by complex data analysis, by the innovative solutions from these kinds of smart startups. It feels like it's becoming less about simple buying and selling and more about the sophisticated data-driven orchestration of your entire food journey.
Yeah, and if we connect this to the bigger picture, understanding Signal A Shelfie Spoon gives us this really crucial lens, a lens to see how our daily lives are being, maybe subtly, but definitely profoundly, shaped by tech and innovation in retail. It's not just about, the convenience of an app on your phone. It's about making sense of the entire value chain, from that initial whisper of a consumer preference all the way to the actual product ending up in your cart and then ultimately on your table. This framework just helps us appreciate that really intricate dance between data, operations, and the consumer experience that defines modern grocery.
And beyond just seeing these fascinating companies in action, there are also some pretty exclusive networking opportunities mentioned for GroceryShop 2025.
Hmm.
Microsoft for Startups is hosting a networking breakfast. It sounds specifically tailored for retail and CPG customers, and it's happening on Tuesday, September 30th. Shush notes that invites are limited, so if you happen to be in the industry and going to the event, he actually encourages you to DM him directly to request an invite.
Right. And that kind of targeted networking event, especially with a limited invitations tag, it really highlights the value they place on direct, high quality connections. It's not just about broad exposure, it's about fostering specific discussions, specific collaborations that can really accelerate innovation. This is often where the most impactful conversations happen, isn't it? Allowing industry pros to connect directly with the teams, bringing these Signal eShelf O Spoon solutions to life.
Yeah, good point. And it's worth noting, too, that Shish's contributions, his insights, they extend way beyond just this one event. The source material also references other recent posts from him, which kind of gives us a glimpse into his ongoing expertise. For instance, he shared insights on why refactoring matters more than ever for retailers and brands. No. Now, for those maybe not deep in the tech world, refactoring in a retail context basically means overhauling a company's underlying software, its IT infrastructure, not changing what it does on the outside, but making it way more agile, more efficient under the hood, so it can handle all these new signals and adapt quickly. He also posted about Microsoft for Startups at the first European NRF Big Show Paris.
It's quite intriguing how Shish's work consistently hits these critical themes, whether it's about the operational agility retailers need to adapt, like in that refactoring post, or the bigger global trends in retail innovation, like his European NRF post. His consistent output just underscores his role. He's a thought leader who's always pointing towards the next big challenge, the next big opportunity for the industry. He's not just spotting trends, he's helping to set them.
Absolutely. And finally, it's also kind of cool to see the community engagement around Shisha's post. There are comments from people like Melissa, but especially from Sally Ann Frank, who, as we mentioned, is a global lead at Microsoft for Startups herself and an author. She praises these featured Pegasus companies, saying they are going to rock grocery shop. It really shows that collaborative, almost supportive spirit within this very cutting-edge part of the industry. Okay, so to wrap up our deep dive today, we've journeyed through Shish's really insightful LinkedIn post. We've uncovered the significance of GroceryShop 2025 as this major hub for innovation. We've met the 6 promising startups Microsoft for Startups is championing: Udistry, OmniStream, Harmonia, Nimble, Sifter Solutions, and Simple Contract, each playing a critical role. And maybe most importantly, we've decoded that powerful Signal A-Shelf Swoon concept, really understanding how raw data gets transformed into your real-world shopping experiences.
Yeah, this deep dive has hopefully offered you a clear, concise, and tangible understanding of some really complex industry movements. It shows how influential figures like Sheesh, using platforms like LinkedIn, provide these invaluable insights, insights that act almost like a compass for the future of retail. It's really a testament to how digital engagement can illuminate these huge strategic shifts happening in our economy, right down to the food on your table.
That's spot on. So here's a final thought for you to chew on. The next time you're pushing your cart down an aisle or maybe clicking Add to Cart online, just consider this. What invisible signals might have led that specific product to land on that particular shelf? And how is technology, driven by these innovative startups we talked about, shaping your spoon experience, everything from discovery right through to dinner? Are we truly in control of our shopping choices anymore, or are they increasingly influenced by these sophisticated, often unseen data flows and intelligent systems? Something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.